life process. Learning about what are life processes. If we see a dog running or a cow chewing cud or a man shouting loudly on the street, we know that these are living beings. What if the dog or the cow or the man were asleep? We could still think that they are alive. But how did we know that? We see them breathing and we know that they are alive. The plant is green. It has leaves of colors other than green. They grow over time, so we know they are alive. We tend to think of some sort of movement as common evidence for being alive. But a plant that is not visibly growing is still alive. And some animals can breathe without visible movement. So, using visible movement as the defining characteristic of life is not enough. Movements like that of molecules over very small scales will be invisible to the naked eye. Viruses do not show any molecular movement in them until they infect some cell. Living organisms are well-organized structures. They can have tissues. Tissues have cells. Cells have smaller components in them, and so on and so on. Living creatures must keep repairing and maintaining their structures. Since all these structures are made up of molecules, they must move molecules around all the time. What are life processes? The maintenance functions of living organisms must go on even when they are not doing anything particular. The processes which together perform this maintenance job are life processes. Since these maintenance processes are needed to prevent damage and breakdown, energy is needed for them. This energy comes from outside the body of the individual organism. So there must be a process to transfer a source of energy from outside the body of the organism, which we call food, to the inside, a process we commonly call nutrition. If the body size of the organism is to grow, additional raw material will also be needed from outside. Since life on Earth depends on carbon-based molecules, most of these food sources are also carbon-based. Many organisms use oxygen sourced from outside the body. The process of acquiring oxygen from outside the body and to use it in the process of breakdown of food sources for cellular needs is respiration. In the case of a single-celled organism, no specific organs for taking in food, exchange of gases, or removal of wastes may be needed because the entire surface of the organism is in contact with the environment. But what happens when the body size of the organism increases and the body design becomes more complex? In the multicellular organisms, various body parts have specialized in the functions they perform. The intake of food and of oxygen will also be the function of specialized tissues. Waste byproducts are therefore needed to be removed from the body and discarded outside by a process called excretion. Now, summary. Movement of various types can be taken as an indication of life. The maintenance of life requires processes like nutrition, respiration, transport of materials within the body, and excretion of waste products. So, that is all in this topic. Let us learn about nutrition in our next topic.